Hi, what's up YouTube? Here is a new Eachine E013 review, and this is probably the cheapest tiny hoop FPV clone available in the market, and also including a very compact FPV mask, the VR006. So what we have in this box: quadcopter, including the 1000 TVL CMOS FPV camera, broadcasting the signal at 25 milliwatts in the 5.8 GHz band. 48 channel are supported, a small and compact radio, okay, and the novelty here with this version of the bundle, we have a small FPV mask, and everything is around 60 bucks, so super cheap. No miracle. We don't have a programmable flight control board, so it's a proprietary one. Only 6-axis stabilized flight modes are available, and you can only play with the speed mode button on the top left corner of the radio. So no acro actually, and I don't think it will be possible to flash something else. So let's discover the content of this box. Okay, so what we have, we have something. First, an instruction manual where everything should be interesting to find is here. We have the list of the frequencies. So it's a 4G channel, 5 supported band, and the I/O manipulation is pretty easy. Short press to cycle between the 8 frequency inside the current selected band. Long press more than 2 seconds to cycle between the 5 different bands, and if you long press more than 5 seconds, you will cycle between PAL and NTSC format. So everything is here. What we know about this: it's a 1000 TVL CMOS one, and through the canopy it's not super visible to see these 2 rows of lights. Okay, so if you want to be sure which exact frequency you are applying currently, you will need to unscrew into discover a little bit the canopy. Okay, the light sensitivity is in the average about 1 lux, so be aware, high TVL value doesn't mean a super or better camera quality. Sometimes it means also more noise in the video, so be aware. And the light sensitivity is a very important criteria you have also to focus on. So the motor has some 715, okay, and well, it's we have a linear antenna, nothing else. And to calibrate the quadcopter, you have to push in lower right direction both sticks to calibrate on the flat surface. So let's discover. We have the quadcopter, and I will present more deeper in a few instants, but look pretty nice. While the plastic is correct, but we'll see in a few instants. The transmitter, we have some metal, I can see stick standard, but with my packaging was missing, so I will fly it like this. Maybe I will find another one somewhere, but it's okay, it's not a problem. So we have 2 shoulder buttons, okay, and no external antennas, and we have a lot of button here. So this will be used for the headless mode, okay, no 1K return, and the other are for the trimming left and right, forward, backward, and slide on the left and right. Okay, so nothing else. And the top left button will be used to select between the 3 speed mode. By default you're in beginner mode. If you will press immediately, you will enter into intermediate. 2 beeps are emitted, and one more time 3 beeps. Okay, I will show you. 2 beeps intermediate mode, 3 beeps expert mode, and if you press one more time, you will return to the beginner mode. The top right shoulder button will be used to perform some 360 flips, okay, and well, it's nice to have an FPV with such kind of features. It's below the transmitter, a bag with 4 spare props, the USB charger, a screwdriver, nothing else. Okay, so the plug is a 1.5mm micro GST connector, okay, and it will recharge the 200 milliamps per hour LiPo battery, announced to have a discharge rate of 35C. I can give the exact dimension if you need some replacement. So about 26 by something about 17 by let's say 8 millimeters, and the exact weight about this battery should be turned around 6 grams, okay. So 6.6 grams exactly. And the quadcopter standalone without battery I will remove the lens cap to make a fair weighting. 19.1, and with the LiPo should turn about 25.1 gram to be more precise. So it's super light for such kind of tiny hoop, including an FPV solution. So let's continue to discover the bundle. We have the FPV mask. So we have a small 3-inch built-in LCD display inside. No instruction manual for the built-in, so you will have to check for example, my VR006 review of it. But we have a power button, and you need to press at least 4 or 5 seconds to turn on the transmitter. 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will be turned on. We have some basic OSD information, the current battery voltage. We have a 1 cell LiPo, so this is why we have something about 4 volts, and the current frequency displayed on the lower right. That's great. No extra other information, but if you press this button, now short press, you will scan through all the supported 48 channel or 72, I can remember well. Anyway, be aware, you will need probably to press several times the scanning button for the first time, because to lock on the exact frequency emitted by the E013, if you are not on the right one, you will have a poor FPV range or to see a black and white images. So be aware, you need to probably to scan several times all the tour of the frequency available to really pick up the more power one with the higher RSSI. We have a basic menu, okay, where we can set the brightness, the contrast, okay, the saturation, the input. We can have an AV in and AV out available, okay, and voila. So brightness, contrast, saturation, AV in, input, and that's all, and the plus and minus to set these values associated. Okay, so we have also a bag with some small accessories, battery and strap, okay, for your VR006, and the antenna. So it's an RP SMA connector, and if you check my VR006 video, you can notice we have only one antenna, so the VR006 don't offer a true diversity. It got 2 antennas here, only one is available. They put a plastic tab, okay, they probably removed the corresponding RP SMA connector, and in fact this kind of is not a true diversity, okay. Now recent Eachine FPV mask and goggle don't offer true diversity. There is one unique receiver but a feed with 2 antennas, and the 2 signals are merged. I don't know how, and I hope they did it properly with computing the difference of phase between the 2 inputs to be sure that the summation will boost the total signal. If it's not correctly done, it can be even more destructive, so it's better to have only one antennas in this case. Anyway, it's a 3-inch FPV monitor, so it's super narrow, and the immersion feeling is not amazing, but for a super cheap bundle is really acceptable. One drawback, you need absolutely a fantastic view. If you got even some small problem with your eye, some little myopia or hypermetropia or some astigmatia, you may need to focus the Fresnel lens, but the main problem, this one is fixed. So you will need to adapt to insert between in sandwich another correction glasses. So you will need to mod this mask to adapt to your current vision. So there are already a lot of modes available on YouTube. Please check that. They're pretty simple in general to do, but I will say that out of the box, the priority that for you is not focused is very important. So you need absolutely more than 10/10, a perfect vision to be correct for you, and more of the opening is quite narrow. I will say we have something about 13. Okay, we have something about with the foam less than, okay, something about 11-15 centimeters, so it's not super wide. So to insert your own correction glasses, it won't be fantastic. We have small stickers, okay, decorate your machine. Micro USB to USB to recharge the built-in USB port. You have a built-in one cellular LiPo, okay, and when it's charged, you can enjoy it about 20-30 minutes before to have a red warning, okay, on the printed on the by OSD on the bottom left, okay. It will be flashing, so it means that you will currently be below the LVC, okay. And what we have, some cleaning, not tissue but wipes to clean your screen. Be sure the first time to peel out the plastic to have a more clear view. And this is the head strap. So we did the tour for the FPV goggles, the mask. So to resume, you need a perfect view. The field of view is a little bit limited, but for a 3-inch of the display resolution is not so bad. We have something about 500 by 300, if I'm not wrong. It's not reaching the native resolution of the, for example, the camera of your E013. Okay, this one is broadcasting either in PAL or in NTSC. So it means by for NTSC it's 640 by 720 by 480 in NTSC, or in PAL it's something about 720 by 576. Okay, so it means that the screen will reduce a little bit the native resolution transmitted by this FPV camera. But I remind, it's just $60 packaging, so it's super cheap for to be introduced into FPV, indoors in PV. I think is really a good deal. Okay, so let's focus now on the quadcopter. We already measured 25 grams with the battery, and look that we have not really clean without any positive angle IO lens. This is an M7 lens, completely J into the canopy where the linear 5.8 GHz linear antenna is exiting. That's great, but with fast forward movement, this angle will be maybe limited, but you know, it's more an indoors trainer, so you won't reach super fast speed, and for outdoors this machine is super sensitive to wind, so except to be in wind-free condition, this machine will be must be flew in indoors condition. We have some 6mm 15 motors, okay, no RPM information about these motors. They are in practice, well, it's not super boosting the performance, so it lacks little bit some, I would say, some boosting performances. So they are probably a standard one. Okay, we have the classic 4 blades, completely protected by the ducted system. Okay, the plastic qualities in the average, it's super thin, and you don't see actually any 2.4 GHz antenna because it's completely J inside, and more it's inside parallel to the board. So you know probably that it means that the range, the 2.4 GHz control range by the radio will be limited by this position of the antenna. So out of the box you have something about 25 meters. You can cross 1-2 volts maximum, but if you have more large houses, you may drop, okay, you may lose a signal. So the main trick is very known, is to install also the 2.4 GHz antenna more vertically, so it's pretty easy. You will need to unscrew this 2-1, locking the top plastic canopy, okay, one, okay, like this, and the second one to access to the internal port, and we will guess the 2.4 GHz antenna here, okay. Where is the, sorry, here, this is the 2.4. you will need to install, okay. So the trick is to pass through the to drill a hole in the top of the canopy to be more something here, okay, and to pass the antenna through, and you will extend much more the control range. So in practice, you will see on the FPV video, okay, that well, the FPV quality of the video is good. The light sensitivity could be a little bit better, but it's not bad. But in terms of speed mode, this machine is relatively fast, but for the regular command is maybe a little bit too fast. So actually the radio protocol is not compatible with any other former E0 machine, so not compatible with the E010, 11. So the actual is not deviated, so maybe it will be, not completely sure. Okay, so we have to wait about that, but actually you will need to fly only by this radio. You can relatively grab it easily even for hand, but it's not a super fantastic radio in terms of precision. Okay, so you can also perform the antenna mode also for this radio. Just exit the antenna and install it more vertically, drill a small hole here, and you will extend a lot the FPV range, something about 50 meters without any problem. So now it's time to check the performances of this E013, this small paper, into real application. Okay, my first conclusion about the Eachine E013. So it's really a decent and pleasant flyers. Motors don't offer very big boost, so be aware, especially when you want to climb. You feel that the motor need to be a little bit more powerful. But you will start from the first charging battery, about 3 minutes, 3 minutes 30 of flight, and after a few cycles of charging, it will increase to 4 minutes, 4 minutes 30, so you will gain close to 1 minute. I really like the IO FPV camera, pretty good. Okay, the FPV range is in the average. You can start to use a few statics after crossing 2-3 walls, and as you can see, I performed the antenna mode for the 2.4 GHz receiver part, and I was able to fly without any dropout. So that's great, and so I'm really satisfied with this current obtained control range with this basic antenna mode. The radio is basic, okay, and I regret the for example the yaw control too fast in my point of view to offer super precise yaw movement controls. So I hope one day the protocol will be deviated, but I'm not sure, because it seems that on the radio we have a 2-in-1 module, including the MCU and the RF chip, so it won't be super easy to capture the SPI data to hack the radio protocol, unfortunately. And actually the protocol is a new one. It's a yet another protocol. That's a main drawback, I would say, of the E013. They are one more time not constant in terms of radio protocol. For the FPV goggles, it's a basic one. The image is crisp and precise, that's okay, but you need absolutely a fantastic view without any problem on your eyes. If not, it will probably mean out of focus, and it's really a big problem. So I won't advise to take the combo mask plus the E013 if you have any problem with your eyes. If you have a really perfect view, this bundle is just great, okay. Of course, we can regret the absence of acro mode, but since the motors are not super strong, it's not a big drama, it's not a big deal, because you want whatever you would be able to activate the acro. The motors are not strong enough to perform some figures, so on. So 6-axis stabilized mode seems to be very suitable for this machine. So if you have fantastic eyes, I really recommend this bundle. Very great. And if you start to have need to wear some very strong corrective glasses, I would advise more to take the E013 standalone. It's still a very good quadcopter. Compared to the E010S, I think I prefer a little bit the E010S. Even if this camera is 1000 TVL, I didn't see a lot of big difference in terms of quality. Okay, so I hand this new video dedicated to the small papers E013. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please send it, and see you next time. Bye bye.